Hey everybody, it's Mitch, and welcome to my next video. Today is Sunday, which means it's time for yet another Pokemon video. And I figured today, let's talk about Eevee, one of the most interesting Pokemon there is. Now, Eevee is interesting for the simple fact that Eevee evolves like 8 different ways as of Gen 6. So this is some pretty crazy stuff. Originally, Eevee had 3 evolutions. Had Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon. Then, come Gen 2, it was given the evolutions of Espeon and Umbreon. Then it didn't get any for a while. I believe it was Gen 4 when it next got evolutions, and that was Leafeon and Glaceon. Then it didn't get any more again until Gen 6, so it skipped 3 and 5. But this time it only got a single evolution, and that was Sylveon. Now, let's think about some of these evolutions. The original 3, Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon. These 3 were each stone evolutions. Jolteon evolves from a Thunderstone. That's all you got to just give Eevee a Thunderstone, it turns into a Jolteon. Flareon, he turns into from a Firestone. And then, of course, for Vaporeon, you give him a Water Stone. Fairly simple. Then they started getting a little bit more creative with things come Gen 2. They said, okay, now let's give him Espeon and Umbreon. And these ones, he'll evolve by, if he likes you a lot, by having a high affection level towards you, and then if he levels up. So, so that's how he evolves. Now, also, it depends on what time of day it is. If it's the middle of the day, if it's like nighttime, he'll evolve into Umbreon. If it's the daytime, he'll evolve into Espeon. So that's kind of how that one works. Then, for a long time, like I say, there was no more evolutions. Then come Gen 4, they did Leafeon and Glaceon, which how Leafeon and Glaceon work is they're special stones. Like there's a moss rock and an ice rock that don't seem to do anything. They're just sitting on certain paths. And if you happen to be on that route, when your Eevee levels up, he will evolve into either Leafeon or Glaceon, depending on which route you're on. So if you're on the route with the mossy rock, which literally does nothing else other than makes Eevee evolve into Leafeon on that route, and there's like a frozen rock that literally does nothing other than make Eevee evolve into Glaceon. I'm not even sure if like the rock actually does anything. I know they say it does, but does it really do anything, or is it just the route? You just have to be on the route. I mean, I think the actual game mechanic is you just have to be on that route. Then in Gen 6 they came out with Sylveon, the new fairy type Eevee, which evolves by a new in-game mechanic in X and Y, where you have to like feed it berries and stuff. Like you can like raise your Pokemon's affection level in like a different way than the other affection level. It's like I don't get like why there's 2 different types of affection now all of a sudden. That doesn't make a lot of sense. But you raise that and then level it up. It's like, but that's the same thing with Espeon and Umbreon. Like, I don't get the difference between them. Like, I mean, I get it. I get that it's 2 different things, but like, it doesn't make sense. Like, how does that make any difference? Like, it's the same freaking thing. They're both just whether or not the Pokemon likes you. But that's how you get Sylveon, which I don't know. It's a weird one. I'd love to see more forms of Eevee as well. I'd like to see an Eevee for every type. Because one thing I didn't mention is each one of those was a different type. Jolteon's electric, Flareon's fire, Vaporeon's water, Espeon is psychic, Umbreon is dark, Leafeon is grass, obviously, Glaceon is obviously ice, and then I mentioned this one, but Sylveon is fairy. So they each have a different typing to them. And Eevee's normal type, and then none of those guys have normal type. Like they all just a single type, and they're all different. So yeah, but I'd like to see like one for every type, like one for all 18 types. Heck, I'd like to see an Eevee Eon, you know, nice normal type Eevee, just like a little bit bigger version of Eevee, maybe. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool to see. I mean, that wouldn't be as cool as the other types, but it'd be cool in its own right. Yeah. So I'd like to see that, and Eevee's just a cool Pokemon. It's always been one of my favorites, just because of how many ways he can evolve. I always found that really cool about Eevee, is just the multiple evolutions. But anyway, Eevee was the only Pokemon in the first 151 that had more than one evolution. Like when they went to the next generation, some of the old 151 gained new evolutions, but they didn't have them from as of Gen 1. Eevee was the only one in Gen 1 that could evolve multiple ways within Gen 1. So, yeah. Like, I'm not counting like Poliwhirl, because yes, Poliwhirl evolves into both Poliwrath and Politoed. Politoed is Gen 2. He wasn't in Gen 1, so therefore he doesn't count for the Gen 1 thing, even though Poliwhirl is Gen 1. But just his alternate evolution isn't. But anyways, I think I've over-explained that a little bit. So, yeah, that's just kind of what I think about Eevee. Great Pokemon. Yeah, I'd love to see more. I think it'd be cool if, maybe once they do all 18 types, maybe they go just crazy and say, now we're going to do second stage evolutions and make them all evolutions of Eevee. It's kind of a term that's caught on. But second stage evolutions and like just go nuts, like come out with like 100, 200 Pokemon that are just second stage evolutions of Eevee just based on how you do it, like. Because make it so you can get like any type combination out there. So you can go fire and wind, wind's not a Pokemon type, but fire and flying. Now it's a little overdone, but you could do it potentially. That'd be awesome to see. So you just like evolve in two different ways. And would it matter which way you did it? Would there be two different Pokemon? That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I'd love to see. Actually, it would be cool if they did two different ones. But yeah. So I'd love to see that. I think it'd be really cool if they did that in the future. I don't see it anytime soon. Maybe like 10th gen. I know 7th gen's coming out soon. So, maybe a few generations down the road. Probably not even 10th. Probably more like 20th or some crap that they're going to do that. But yeah. Anyways, let me know what you think about Eevee and his evolutions and what you think of more evolutions. I'm sure most of you probably are all in favor of more evolutions of Eevee. Maybe not though. Or maybe second stage evolution. I think that would be cool. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, consider sharing it with your friends. Let them see it too. Let them enjoy the video. Also, if you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button. Because, well, we do one of these videos every Sunday. Plus, we have videos about Naruto character reviews on Saturday. We have a couple Dungeons & Dragons videos on Friday. We have Dungeons & Dragons story video on Thursday. I talk a little bit more about myself on Wednesdays. And then, of course, on Mondays we have additional videos as well. So definitely hit that subscribe button to be able to check out all of that. But anyways, as always, I'm Mitch, and I'll be seeing you